Ye mariners all as you pass by, come in and drink if you are dry. Come spend me lads, ye money brisk, and pop your nose in a jug of mist. Oh mariners all, if you've half a crown, you're welcome all for to sit down. Come spend me lads, ye money brisk, and pop your nose in a jug of mist. as you pass by. Come in and drink if you are dry. Come in and drink, think not amiss to pop your nose in a jug of this.
Have a long grey beard and a head that's bald. Crown my desire, fulfill my bliss, a pretty girl and a jug of this. And when I'm in me grave and dead, and all my sorrows are past and fled, transform me then into a fish, and let me swim in a jug of this.
but 2 days or 3, for Peggy and the soldier they could not agree. It made so they shook America. He called out a whore. He had to go back to her husband once more. And when Peggy got home, it was late in the night. She was ashamed to be seen in the light. Inside the window, she's listened a while to hear her dear husband nursing the child. Oh, open the door, love, and let me in. I'll never prove false any longer with him. Get away from the doorway, leave me alone. Find you a home with your soldier. So he's mounted his horse and away he did ride, and he's rode till he's come some broad watery side. He's appealed to the winds and the water's so clear, said Peggy oversea with a soldier.
To a New York trader I did belong. She was built for sea, both safe and strong. Well rigged, well manned, well fit for sea. She was bound for New York in America. Our cruel captain, as we did find, left half of our provisions behind. Our cruel captain, we understand, meant to starve us all before we made the land. At length our hunger grew very great, and we had but little on board to eat, and we were in necessity, all by our captain's cruelty. The captain in his cabin lay, and a voice came to him and thus did say, prepare yourself and company, for tomorrow night you will lie with me. Captain woke in a terrible fright, it being the first watch of the night. Aloud his boatswain he did call, and to him related the story all. Boatswain, said he, it grieves my heart to think I've acted the villain's part. Take what was not my lawful due, and to starve the company and ship's crew. There's one thing more I have to tell. When I in Waterford town did dwell, I killed my master, a merchant there, all for the sake of his lady fair. I killed my wife and children three, all through that cursed jealousy, and on my servant laid the blame, and hanged was he, all for the same. Captain, says he, if that be so, pray let none of your ship's crew know, but keep your secret within your breast, and pray to God to give you rest. a storm did rise, which our seamen did much surprise. The sea was over us fore and aft, till scarce a man on deck was left. And then the boatswain he did declare that our captain was a murderer. It so enraged the whole ship's crew, they overboard their captain threw. The wind abated, had calmed the sea, and we sailed safe to America. And when we came to anchor there, our good little ship for to repair, the people wondered much to see what a poor distressed shipwreck crew we.
time you're waiting for, the minute that he's coming home. You canna the hours he has to keep, you canna the hours he has to work, and yet it marks you angry one. You see him just come home to sleep. Through the months and through the years, while you're bringing up your bairns, your man's a war to here and there, following the shores of heaven. And when he's back, his legs step mend, his maybe's got a cord or a draw, and when he's done, he'll rise and say, wife, it's time I was a work and wait and dream you're await, pin your faith on heaven's sails, and oft times lie a work at need, in fear and dread of winter's gales. For men must work to earn their bread, and men must work to gain their fee, and fishermen were like a moon, as long as fish swim in the sea.
Jack Orion was as good fiddler as ever fiddled on a string. He could drive young women mad with a tune his wives would sing. He could fiddle a fish out of salt water and water from a marble stone, the milk out of a maiden's breast, though a baby she had none. He sat fiddling in the castle hall, and he fiddled them all so fast asleep, except it was the young countess, for the love she stayed awake. And first he played a slow air, and then he played it brisk and gay. And so dear love behind her hand, this lady she did say.
Heaven day is dawn, and the cocks have crown and flap their wings so wide. You may come to my castle door and stretch out by my side.
He lapped his fiddle in a cloth of green and he stole out on his tiptoe. He's off back to his young boy Tom as fast as he could go.
Yeah, the day is dawn and the cocks have crowed and flap their wings so white as I am bid to my lady's door, stretch out by her side. Lie down and rest, my good master, and here's a blanket to your hand. Awaken you in as good a time as any cock in the land. Tom took the fiddle into his hand, and he's fiddled and he's played for 8 full hours. Till he's played his master fast asleep, Tom's off to his lady's bar.
And when he arrived at the lady's door, he twirls so softly at the pin. The lady, true to her promise, rose up and let him in. He didn't take that lady gay to bolster or to feather bed, but down upon the bedroom floor right soon he had her laid. And neither did he kiss her when he come, nor yet when from her he did go. And into the lady's bedroom door the moon like a coal did glow.
Ragged are your stockings, love, and stubbly are your cheeks and chin, and tangle is that yellow hair that I saw yesterday.
All the stockings belonged to my boy Tom, and they were the first to come into my hand, and the wind it tousled my yellow hair as I came over the land.
Tom took the fiddle into his hand, and he fiddled and he played right saucily. He's off back to his master's house as fast as go could he.
Wake up, my good master, why snore you there so very loud? For there's not a cock in all this land has clapped his wings and crowed.
Jack took the fiddle into his hand, and he fiddled and he played right merrily. And he's up back to the lady's door as fast as go could he. And when he came to the lady's door, he told so softly at the pin, saying, "Oh my dear, it's your own true love, rise up and let me in."
Oh, surely you didn't leave behind a golden ring or a velvet glove, or are you returned back again to taste more of my love?
Jack Orion swore a bloody oath, by oh by, I spied bitter thorn. Lady, I never was in this room since the day that I was born.
Oh, then it was your young boy Tom who cruelly hath beguiled me, and woe that the blood of that ruffian boy should spring inside of me.
Jack Orion's off back to his own house, saying, "Tom, my boy, come here to me." And he's hanged that boy from his own gate post as high as a willow